Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Action Realty, Breckenridge Public Schools, Builders First Source, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Titan Machinery, Twin Town Villa, Vision Ford, and the Wilkin Drink and Eatery. Now here's KBMW's Turner Blofus.
And welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. We got the Breckenridge Cowboys on the road tonight, and it is a beautiful night here at Pillager High School. 68 degrees here, and I'm probably going to say that at least 50 times tonight. An absolutely perfect night for football. We got to enjoy every one of these that we get. And Breckenridge coming into this game, looking to bounce back. You know, they came into this year, you know, they knew they had a tall order ahead of them when they took on Pelican Rapids week 1 and ended up losing that one by a couple TDs. And then they were looking to take care of business on their home field. Ended up losing that one on a heartbreaker in overtime. The 2-point conversion did not find the end zone, so they ended up with a 1-point loss last week. So looking to bounce back this week against Pillager, and you know, they're coming into this game, obviously, one that they're very big sense of urgency. I know it's early in the season, but they're saying this is a game that they got to get as they're taking on another 0-2 squad in Pillager, and a very physical, big squad in this Pillager team. If you're watching on the video stream, KBMW News Live or YouTube channel, if you didn't know, you can already see some of that size that they got coming on the O-line. See a guy rocking a 310 on the roster, and yeah, that's a pretty authentic 300 pounds. If it's 300 pounds, you might think maybe it's a little under, but they're saying he's 10 pounds over 300. Yeah, it's a 300-pounder. They got a 290-pounder, 250, and then actually I believe a couple 250s. Yeah, that they do. So they got some size up front. Breckenridge is going to have their hands full with that for sure, but they're going to have to counter with some speed in the open field as they've got some great play out of their playmakers, especially Bailey Evans. And then last week, David Erlinson kind of had a breakout game, especially in the second half, was really putting the team on his back, keeping them in it. You know, Breckenridge came out hot last week. I'm sure a lot of you guys got to remember that. They came out hot, scored on their first 2 drives, and then, you know, actually went 2 scoreless quarters. So they're going to look to, you know, obviously try to maintain it a little better this time around, and that's something that we talked about when I discussed that with head coach Carson Yegi before this game. So I'll let you get to that after we take our first commercial break. You're listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM and live streaming on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving Wapton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom, not only as an employee, but also as a parent. I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapaton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Welcome back to the Wilkins Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. And joining me once again on the pregame interview, it is head coach Carson Yegi. How's it going today, Cars?
Oh, it's going good. Thanks for having me, Turner.
Oh, as always, thanks for coming on. Of course, taking the time to meet with me when you could be game planning for Pillager. How are they looking so far coming into this game?
You know, they're a team that's very experienced. They brought about 10 starters back on each side of the football from last year. Didn't have a ton of success, but they've got some guys this year. A very physical football team. They take pride in what they do. Going to run a lot of veer option right at us. Going to have to tackle the dive is going to be our main number one priority.
Yeah, and that's kind of a little bit of a similar offense that you guys kind of saw in week 1. So maybe you're kind of coached up for that then.
Yeah, no, very similar to kind of what Pelican's doing. Hopefully we're able to kind of take our adjustments we made in Pelican, apply them to this one, and, just allow our kids to kind of go play more free. Fly around, less thinking, and more just reacting and playing.
Gotcha, and it's always tough to lose those heartbreakers. What was kind of the message to the kids to, focus on the next one now after that game at the OT loss?
It was tough. Obviously, losing a game like that's tough, but I can't say enough about how proud I am of how much they've improved from each week in fall camp to our scrimmage to that game. And obviously, it's pretty easy to point at one play, but, one play doesn't decide a game. And I know the kids are going to come back hungry and ready to go here as we move on to Pillager. And, it's one game doesn't define a season. We would have loved to have that one, but we didn't. And, that one's not going to change the course of our season. It didn't change the goals for our team at all. And, we're excited to get back on the field.
Yeah, and I know you don't. Obviously, you don't want to put last week in the rear view, but I got to loop back to it one sec just to ask about how much of a jump David Erlinson took last week, especially in the second half.
Gosh, David's a dude. He's a kid who just loves cowboy football, and he's going to go a million miles per hour, where other kids, we try to get them to speed up a little bit. David, we almost have to slow down at times. He's just going to go. He's a kid. He's an Erlinson, and he's an unbelievable football player. Very fortunate to have him on our team, that's for sure. And not only on the offensive side of the football, the defensive side of the football as well, as he has made a tremendous strides at that linebacker position.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a jump kind of from a role guy last year to one of the leaders of both sides of the ball. But, yeah, like you said, defense, he was really flying around last week. I was saying his name on the broadcast constantly.
Yeah, and, he's a kid who worked really hard all summer, and it's great to see him have the success that he's had.
Got you. And any guys that you would say are the ones that kind of jumped out on tape for you for Pillager? I know you said that it's going to be kind of the dive that's going to, be the one, a real key. So probably their fullback then?
Yeah, they got this one. They got a running back, number 28, very physical runner, powerful kid. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Cam Nito running the football, just a downhill, run through you type guy. The quarterback is about a 6'5", very good athlete, very lanky kid. Kind of when he gets out in space, he's a pretty dang good player. And then just on the offensive line, they're big and they're physical. I think they got a couple of 270s, one kid at 300 pounds. I mean, they're gonna fire off the football and kind of try to set the tone early on with the run game, I'm sure, and we got to do a good job of responding and putting pressure on them immediately.
Gotcha. And obviously, week to week, you like to check in on the injuries. How are you guys sitting so far coming into week 3?
We're sitting pretty good right now. Nothing, no major injuries. Still working Gabe Armitage back from a concussion in week 1, but overall we're sitting pretty good. Very fortunate with where we're at on injury wise.
Gotcha. And what do you think is going to be the key to getting a fast start? I know we talked about what you got to slow down defensively, but what do you think is going to be the key to getting a fast start offensively?
And it's going to be understanding what your job is on each and every play. Pillagers, they're going to give us a lot of different looks with their how they align every play, and they're going to blitz a lot. And we got to be very gap sound with our run scheme. Make sure that we're stepping down if a blitz is coming. We don't get predetermined on who we're blocking pre-snap, because that picture is going to change very often right as the ball is snapped.
Got you. Anything else like that, Cars?
No, go Cowboys.
And we'll return to the Wilkin Drink Neatery pregame show after this quick break.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink Neatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. My apologies, everybody. I was trying to get the see if I could get the internet working here in an unfamiliar press box, and I kind of skipped over a couple things when I started up this pregame show. I want to give you the scores for the two games that Breckenridge has had so far, as well as Pillager. Breckenridge, a 28-14 loss to Pelican Rapids, followed up with the 28-27 overtime loss that we talked about earlier, Staples Motley. And Pillager coming into this game 0-2, like I said earlier. Osakas beat them 43-8. Wadena Deer Creek bested them last week by a score of 26-20, so they got a tight one in Wadena. That was in Wadena, so they had their first game in Pillager, and then their second game was in Wadena, so they're looking for their first win of the season. It would be nice to get on the home field, I'm sure the Huskies are saying. Pillager Huskies, they kind of got the Northern State University color scheme, if you know what I'm talking about there. So, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I am colorblind, so not 100% reliable on that. But anyways, now on to your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis. As you heard Carson Yagi say in the pregame interview, Gabe Armitage working back from a concussion, and they were pretty sure he was going to be good to go last week. So apparently plans have changed, and they have him sidelined once again this week. So that is why he will not be playing in your injury report, brought to you by CHI St. Francis in Breckenridge once again. Time for your Power Poll rankings now, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation, if you did not know. And as we do every year, let's just stick with the Section 6A standings. And at the top of Section 6A, we got Parker's Prairie with a 2-0 record. And they're the only team who is unbeaten so far in Section 6A. 1-1, New York Mills. 1-1, Brandon Evansville, Ashby. West Central Area, 1-1. And Lake Park Audubon, also 1-1. And then 0-2 at the bottom, Breckenridge, Pine River Bacchus, and Walker Hackensack Akeley. And this Pillager squad is Section 6AA, which Breckenridge used to be in way back when. And not only are they a 2A team, but Breckenridge has faced, three 2A teams off the bat. So not a great draw for them. They play 4 2A teams, and 3 of them are in the first 3 weeks. So that is a tough stretch. But, it's going to be more familiar foes from here on out as far as section familiarity. So let's look at your Power Poll ranking, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company. Once again, on for conservation. And we will take a very quick break, come back with your starting lineups, which are brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, as well as, actually, might be hanging here for it, and my apologies, once again, kind of an unfamiliar area, so kind of getting the internet figured out as we go along here on this fantastic pregame show. And it looks like we're going to be able to throw to a commercial break. Once again, we'll come back with the starting lineups, as well as your keys to the game. Those brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley and Smith Motors, respectively. You're listening to the Wilkin Drinking Eatery pregame show on B92.7 FM.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drinking Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Blob is here, and I'm going to start off with your keys to the game. And last week I did one for the offense, one for the defense, but this time I'm going to put them together because it's kind of, I'll just be saying the same thing over and over again. And that is staying disciplined. Don't get fooled on what they're going to be running up against. As you heard Coach Yagi talk about in the pregame interview, they're going to be doing a lot of trickery on offense as far as running the veer, faking a lot of handoffs, and trying to trick you as far as where the ball is. And then defensively, they're going to give you a ton of looks, and they're going to be running a lot of different stuff. It's kind of crazy that high school kids, even know this many plays and this many ways to run a defense because they kept it really simple when I was in it. Yeah, they knew what they were working with me and my buddies. They just gave us like 2 or 3 things to do and sent us out there on our merry way. But like I said, the defense, the Pillager defense, they're going to run a lot of different stuff, a lot of different blitzes. So Breckenridge is going to have to be ready for that. So just staying disciplined and sticking with what your job's supposed to be. Take care of your man on the handoffs, or take care of your man if you got to pick up a blitz. So that is your key to the game for both sides of the ball. Brought to you by Smith Motors. Small town friendly, big town deals. And now for your starting lineups, which we'll jump into. It was nice enough for head coach Carson Yagi to be sending my way. And we'll start off with the offense for the Cowboys. And just like they have been doing. They got the... Oh, my apologies. I had to pull up the... Accidentally had last week, so I got to make sure in case they made any changes. I don't want to accidentally throw the wrong ones at you. My apologies. We'll loop back to the starting lineups, I promise. So my apologies for that, which will be brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. And it's parent night here in Pillager. It sounded like a bit of a tongue twister, but should be ours. So they made sure to go through all that stuff. So we get a late start. It's probably because of that stuff getting moved back. But looks like everything's chugging along right now. As it says, we're going to be about 9 minutes away from kickoff. Here's 7 o'clock start time at beautiful Pillager, and it's, once again, a gorgeous night here for football. 68 degrees here. Cowboys coming on the road. Got to be happy coming here. So we'll take a quick break. Come back with your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, here on the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wapaton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
And welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of Good Taste and Company. And as promised, got those starter lineups brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Start off with the offensive line at right tackle. We got Eli Butts. 5'11", 250 is what the junior is listed at. Brian Martinez, 5'10", 200-pound senior, wearing number 52. He's playing right guard. And then centers, Henry Slededall, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore, wearing number 53. So fittingly right next to him, they actually got 52, 53, 54 lined up all next to each other, which is nice. Tegan Abel, wearing number 54, another sophomore, 5'10", 190 is what he's listed at. Carter Benson, wearing number 50. He is a 6', 190-pound senior. Cooper Roberts playing the tight end position, 6'3", 175, wearing number 24. He's a sophomore. Pair of senior receivers, Dawson Weinbar and Jacob Kunkel. Weinbar wears number 12 as Kunkel wears number 17. Weinbar's listed at 5'9", 165. Jacob Kunkel is listed at 6'2", 180. David Erlinson and Paul Armitage, the running backs once again. Erlinson, a sophomore, who's 5'10", 185. And Paul Armitage, 5'11", 185, wearing number 33. Erlinson wears number 21, by the way. Bailey Evans rocking number 7 at QB, where he's 5'10", 190, wearing number 7. And then for the defense, they got Dawson Weinbar and Lawson Oliphant at the corners. Oliphant is a 6'1", 165-pound sophomore, wearing number 28. Evans is at the strong safety. Free safety is Aiden Sanchez, a 6'1" freshman, weighing 170 pounds, wearing number 2. Kunkel is at a linebacker, as is Armitage Erlinson. And Tucker Shocker, 5'9", 165-pound linebacker, wearing number 8. Then up front, they got Carter Benson, Eli Butts, and Tom Couts, who is a 5'11", 250-pound senior, rocking number 75. So let's look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. And it looks like we're about to jump into the national anthem. So we'll take our final commercial break here on the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
And that will wrap up the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show as we are getting set for the opening kick here in Pillager. And I mentioned it's very nice out tonight in Pillager. Pillager won the toss and deferred, so we'll see this Breckenridge offense right out of the gate. As we see, if you're watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel, you can see Michael McCall, one of the assistant coaches, getting the kick return team ready. Helps out with the special teams. I was trying to call him special teams coordinator, and he wouldn't accept that. He said, I make sure they're all there. I said, same thing. But Coach Josh Nordic, I believe, runs the special teams, I was told. Coaches for the Cowboys include Noah Brendan, Josh Nordic, Michael McCall, Eric Erlinson, Joel Herder, Jordan Christensen as well, head coach Carson Yegi, of course. And Pillager is coached by Paul Clark. Assistants are Ben Horn, Eric Fornshell, Chris Kapler, Pat Cox, Chad Keel, Rob Freelove, and Jeremy Lombardi. How do they have 2 losses when they got a Lombardi on the coaching staff? That I will never figure out, but getting set here for the opening kick once again. Here in Pillager, 3rd game of the year, 2 0-2 teams squaring off, so both hungry for their first win. Back to return for the Cowboys. Armitage and Jacob Kunkel, it looks like. The Huskies, I'm going to actually call them the Wolves probably about 5 times tonight. The Northern State-esque color scheme, once again, to my colorblind eyes. So not exactly entirely on that, but I can usually tell you who's got the ball and who's scoring touchdowns. Set here for the opening kick. Cowboys got off to that hot start last week, as we talked about earlier in the pregame show. Scored on the first 2 drives. It looked like it was going to turn into a shootout, but then they went scoreless in the second and third quarters. So booting this away for Pillager. Number 32, Gabe Parrish, sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds. Wearing number 32. Kunkel and Armitage once again back to return. Let's play some football. Pillager looks to the official. Gets the whistle. And a little squib kick to start this one off. Going to be taken by one of the up men. And that is Trey Vogelbacher. Nice return to close to the 40. Doing his job. That kid can pop you. He showed that on the special teams last year.
First down and 10 Cowboys from the 40.
So Breckenridge will open up on the 40-yard line. I'm really kicking myself for where I set up. I don't have the best look at the scoreboard, but that's all right. We'll make it work. Cowboys coming out. Shotgun set. Got David Erlinson lined up. Actually, it looks like a kind of a almost like a wing set out of the shotgun. You're going to motion Roberts over. Then hand it off right at the middle, and a nice little burst through the hole for 6 yards for Paul Armitage to open up this game. And they want to get him going in the ground game. Had a great first half last week where he wasn't getting hit till he was about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. But it was kind of the David Erlinson show in the second half, so they're going to want to get both of them going early on. They're going to go trips right, one receiver to the left, Erlinson. Lone back along with Evans. We'll see if he's going to be used as a blocker or a rusher. They're going to hand it off to Erlinson. Makes a nice cut there, but gets popped after a minimal gain. Maybe got a yard out of that one. On his first carry of the game. Sets up a 3rd and 3. 11:03 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge Cowboys coming out. They got 2 receivers out of the right, 1 to the left. Erlinson kind of in the H-back spot behind the right tackle and right guard. And then 1 running back lined up to the left of Evans. Evans fakes the handoff, and he's going to get the first down. Coming up screaming to lay the boom there for Pillager was number 28, Elijah Miller. Gain of 5 yards for Evans. So 3 plays, 3 different Cowboys getting a toe it to move the sticks. Into Pillager territory on the 48. They're on the right hash. Kunkel splits out wide left. Pair of receivers out to the right. Aiden Sanchez is one of them. They're going to motion Dawson Weinbar to the left. Might have been a little movement, and now there's definitely some movement there. They didn't call that one. That would have been bizarre. Jumping there was the left guard for the Cowboys, Tegan Abel. And it looked like Cooper Roberts might have moved before that, so someone was going to get called. That penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents. Amanda's got you covered in Breckenridge. Matt's got you covered in Lopton. I like that it's State Farm. I don't even need to do the jingle. You guys are probably doing it at home like a good neighbor. Yeah, you got it. Armitage and Evans in the backfield. 2 receivers out to the left and a tight end to the left as well. They're going to do their first pass play of the game. Bailey Evans under pressure. Throws down and actually lost the ball, so the fumble is loose. Got batted back even further. Pillager's pretty confident they got on it, and they did. So Bailey Evans tried throwing off the pass rusher and ended up getting it stripped away. Tough break for the Cowboys. Lucas Hoagland covered that one. So Evans got pretty far back on that one before he got the pressure. So they're going to get very nice field position to start this one off, actually knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone. Starting this drive on the 23 on the right hash. Deep in Cowboy territory. Coming out of the pistol. And first play, they're going to go fake the handoff. And the quarterback's going to keep it. And he's going to go in for 6 on the first play of the game. 23-yard scamper by Christian Hoagie. Hoagie. My apologies. But a not too shabby way to start the game. First play scoring, faking the handoff, and then taking it in from 23 yards out. Pillager strikes first. 9:46 remaining in this opening quarter. See what Pillager has dialed up for the 2-point conversion. They're going to go under center with a pair of running backs in the backfield. Hoagie. He's going to hand it off this time around. Armitage is there to make the stop, and it looks like he does. It's going to be short of the 2-point conversion, and that handoff was to Derek Hoagland. Short of the end zone, we got a 6-0 Pillager lead. With 9:46 remaining, you're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
After that 23-yard touchdown run by Hoagie, got a 6-0 Pillager lead, which I will update on the scoreboard when I get a chance. I had to write down the score first. My apologies. Scooped up by the Cowboy returner. That's Armitage, keeping it high and tight and making a great return past the 40. So getting them off to a nice start. They got pretty good field position to start off the last drive as well. Got a first down and then fumbled it on the first pass play of the game. Got sacked. Pillager, the 6-0 lead on their home field. Cowboys coming up to the line. We got 2 receivers on the left, the tight end to the left, 1 receiver to the right, running back to the left of Evans. They're motioning a man in the backfield, handing it off to Evans, or my apologies, Armitage. Maybe got a yard. They're going to say he just got back to the line, so 2 carries for 6 yards for Armitage so far. Brings up 2nd and 10 with 9:18 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Pillager up 6-0, scored on their first play of offense. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, and then a tight end to the left. Running back to the right of Evans. 2nd and 10. Evans rolls out to the right. He's going to throw it out quick to Armitage for a nice pickup. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down, but... And it will move the sticks. First pass of the game is a completion. Called a gain of 10 by Armitage.
That'll be a first down Cowboys. First down and 10 at the 47.
I don't know how many yards I'm supposed to take off of when Evans took that sack, so we'll reconvene at the at halftime, maybe figure that one out, or else I'd tell you how many rushing yards he has. He's running it on this play, and the Huskies are ready for him. Gobble it up at the line of scrimmage. Like we said, they got a ton of size on this squad. Earl Brown, number 74, listed at 290, and he's only a sophomore. And also number 53, Caden Zock, 6'1", 250-pound senior. Number 77, Danny Heldman, he's 250. And number 66, Caden Imdick. I'll make sure to double-check that one. I believe that was his number, but I'm looking at the defensive front guys. And now David Erlinson's going to get the handoff. He's going to get a good look at the defensive front. He got smoked. And laying that boom was Earl Brown, number 74, the 290-pound one that I told you about. Says about third and a long 10. Number 88, that's who it was. Justin Anderson. He's the smallest one on the D-line, 6'3", 205. Still a big dude. After that Erlinson rush that maybe even lost a yard, sets up third and 11 for the Cowboys. Cowboys come up, 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the right as well. 1 receiver to the left. Armitage to the right of Evans. You're going to do a little quick hitter to Cooper Roberts on the right flats, and he's going to get a nice gain. 3 Huskies waiting for him at the 40, so he's going to be a few yards shy of the first. And it sets up a 4th and 4 after the 7-yard completion to Cooper Roberts. Sets up 4th and 4 at the 41. Breckenridge is on the right hash. Cowboys coming up. Looks like Aiden Sanchez went to the wrong side. He's figuring it out, going over to the right side. 2 receivers to the left. They motion Roberts over to the left as well. Snapping it. Evans rolls out to the left. Looking to throw it out to the flats to Armitage. Armitage has got it, and he's going to get a big gain out of it while he's at it. Even thumped the dude before he went out of bounds. See how many yards he ended up getting. Way past the first on a critical 4th down. Call that a gain of 16. Or my apologies. Actually, yeah. That was 16 yards. Second guessing my math there. Don't be surprised with that. Armitage already got 26 yards on 2 catches. So showing he's a threat in the pass game. Evans rolling out to the right and looks back to the left, and a nice grab by Dawson Weinbar. He's got quick hands. And that was a 9-yard gain. So 4 for 4 start for Bailey Evans. Actually, they're going to call it a gain of 8. Second and a short 2. I trust the announcers better than I trust myself. 8-yard gain. Into the Titan Machinery red zone for the first time today. Breckenridge needs 17 yards to hit pay dirt. See what they got dialed up for it. Evans, under pressure, throws it to the right and out of bounds. Couldn't tell if Cooper Roberts or Dawson Weinbar were the intended receiver. The announcer says Weinbar. I'll believe him. So first incompletion of the day. I'm going to take a little credit for that by accident. Talking about Billy Evans being 4 for 4 to start this out. The Breckenridge cheerleaders starting to get into it. Get the fans into it as they get into the Titan Machinery red zone once again. Your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. Tell you about a few of them after this play. 3rd and 2 from the Pillager 17. Just need a couple yards. We'll see how they get it. They bring David Erlinson into the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him. Goes off tackle, and he's going to get the first down. 5:26 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And got to make sure. Looks like a 3-yard gain. Got down at about the 14. 13, yep. So a gain of 4. And now they're going to go with the twin running back look once again. Evans hauls out to the left side. Throws it against his body and finds the open receiver, Cooper Roberts. Back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. 13-yard score. And that's not too bad for a sophomore. Already got 2 touchdowns under his belt. Fantastic. 20 yards off 2 catches so far for Cooper Roberts. His first receiving touchdown of the year. And now Breckenridge, after stuffing the 2-point conversion, is going to try to take the lead here with the extra point. I'll make sure to watch it a little better than I did last week. And they're saying it is good. So extra point's good. We got a 7-6 score. Breckenridge is taking the lead here in Pillager off the 13-yard scoring strike from Bailey Evans to Cooper Roberts. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live YouTube channel.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, Getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
And welcome back to Pillager as we got a 7-6 game. And my apologies once again for the camera if you're watching on KBMW News Live. I'm writing down the score during my quick commercial break, and then I got to get the camera all set up. Got to update the score on the scoreboard, so bear with me. I leave the camera unattended at key times. Boot it away, and they're going to do a little squib kick to one of the up men. He's just going to lay on it, makes the smart play. And booting that squib kick was number 61 for the Cowboys, who once again is not on the roster. Caleb Albertson is number 61. Very much appreciate the guys helping me out here with the guys who aren't on the roster. Well, he's on the roster, just a different number, I believe. On the one they got here in Pillager, at least. So Pillager scored on their first play. They're going to try to make it 2 plays, 2 touchdowns here out of the pistol set. They're going to go with a handoff. Actually, hurdled a couple guys that are getting blocked to the ground. That was number 23, Derek Hoagland. Give him a 7-yard gain to start this off. So just like that, they got 30 yards on the ground on their 2 plays of offense. Not too bad. Breckenridge with a 7-6 lead here with 4:35 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, looking for their first win of the season. But so is Pillager. Both teams 0-2. Pair of receivers out to the left. Pistol set. Couple tight ends as well. Hoagie fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to go for another big gain. This time he's going to get tackled out of bounds by Dawson Weinbar. But there is a flag on the play. So we'll see if that's going to be coming back. And Huskies were holding on that one. And yes, there is a team called the Huskies in this game, but if you came here looking for the WAP game, pop over to AM 1450 KBMW. We got the Pillager Huskies over here. Closest thing we get to a WAP rec game with the Cowboys and the Huskies here playing in Pillager. Very sad. 7-6 Breckenridge in the lead here with 4:11 remaining in the opening quarter. By the way, that 10-yard penalty is brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick.
So it'll be second down and
Sets up a 2nd and 13, we'll call it. They're saying 14. I'll stick with it. 2nd and 14 after that hold. Pillager going to get some of that yardage back. I'll be surprised if we see Hoagie roll with it again. And this time he hands it off. And a big pop. Got to see who it was laying that boom. I want to say that was Eli Butts. Yeah, they're saying that was maybe a 1-yard gain for Hoagland. So he's got a pair of carries for 7 yards. So maybe the first time we're going to see Pillager pass tonight here with 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. 3rd and 12. Pillager in their own territory at the 38-yard line. Hoagie operating out of the pistol. Throwing the long ball. And got behind the defender, but batted and intercepted. Lost it all fun. After it got tipped. Not sure who tipped that one. I want to say that was maybe Aiden Sanchez or Bailey Evans, but I'll double check that one. It got tipped and all fun with the pick on the first pass play of the game for Pillager. And that is a nice play, having the quick hands there and the presence of mind to grab it off the deflection. That's why you practice the tip drill. And I got to make sure I double-check who ended up tipping that one because I think it was Sanchez. So I want to show the kid some credit because he made the turnover happen. But we'll focus on the offense right now. Breckenridge takes over on their own 48. Motion David Erlinson over to the left side. Pretty heavy over there, which is because they're handing off to Paul Armitage, who sweeps it out to the left. Oh, someone might be getting, I think David Erlinson was maybe coming back for a crack block, which those aren't allowed anymore. I got a little nervous there. Got a 1-yard gain. I should have told Carson Yegi they shouldn't be looking at those old highlight videos when they're driving up here. He said they were watching that one. You got a lot of illegal blocks on those. It's giving the kids the wrong message. 1-yard gain for Armitage. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end to the left as well. That's Roberts, who got the touchdown to open up this game. Motion him over to the right side. Bailey Evans rolls out to the right. Looking for Jacob Kunkel. He hasn't caught a pass yet today. Sets up a 3rd and long. 9 yards to go. Breckenridge on their own 49. Here with 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge up 7-6. If you were not aware, we're live streaming the game on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel. Internet got a little sketchy there at the beginning, but it seems to have bounced back pretty well. But if it ends up dropping, my apology. You can always just listen to the game here on B92.7 FM. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. You motion a man over as well. That's Cooper Roberts. Bailey Evans rolls out to the right and zips 1, 2. I believe that's not 100% sure. I think that was Kunkel, and it was. So Kunkel moves the sticks. Couldn't really show my excitement for how big of a play that was. I wanted to get the name right. Kunkel with the 10-yard gain. Moves the sticks and gives him his first grab of the game. Cowboys come up to the line on the Pillager 39. Pair of running backs in the backfield with Evans. We'll see who's going to get the tote here. And it's David Erlinson on the handoff on the right side. Got some nice room to run. Some great blocking on the right side there. Gain of 3 or 4 for Erlinson. I'll give him 4. 2nd and 6. Breckenridge leads 7-6. 1:44 remaining in this opening quarter. So far, Bailey Evans only thrown a couple incompletions. So 6 for 8 so far. Compared to Pillager's quarterback, Christian Hoagie, who has thrown 1 pass, but it was a pick. And Eli Butts jumped on that one, the right tackle, the veteran right tackle. Penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Unfortunately, they sponsor the penalties you Breckenridge fans don't want to hear about, too. It's not just the ones that get the Pillager guys called back. Cowboys rocking the white unis. Big fan. They got the classic stripes on the side. I hope they bust out the black pants at one point this year, though. You got to bring those back for on the road. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. So they're going over a little old school feel. I know they were doing kind of throwback with the basketball jerseys, too. 1 minute remaining here in the opening quarter. Everybody went early. So Cowboys going to get scooched back once again. They were facing a 2nd and 6, and now they got back-to-back penalties, which are brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Aiden Sanchez running in the play. Getting David Erlinson out of there. So we'll see if they change up the personnel a little bit. See if they do it for a specific reason. Sanchez, a freshman once again. His brother Alex, fantastic Cowboy. Graduated last year. Went off to Concordia College. Do some wide receiving there. Evans fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left, and throws it down the field. It's picked off! Picked off, and a nice return as well by number 28, Elijah Miller. So that's what happens when you get way backed up with all the penalties. You have to throw it on downs that you'd ordinarily be running it on, and picked off. So second turnover of the game. So Breckenridge has forced one turnover. Pillager's forced a couple of them. We'll see if the Cowboys can even that score now. 7-6 Breckenridge in the lead. That's not the score I was referring to, in case you were wondering. Saying, what's this guy talking about? Is there about to be a 1-point play here in a football game? Once again, the pistol set. Two receivers out to the left. Hoagie in the backfield with Hoagland. And they're going to keep it. Hoagie doing a very good job faking it. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. I can't imagine what it's like doing it in the chaos of a football game. And it looks like that's going to do it for the quarter. 9-yard gain for Hoagie. It's already up to 32 yards on only a couple carries. He also had a big gain that got waved off because of a penalty. So run through the scoring once again here to get to this 7-6 game. Breckenridge had a turnover. Yeah, got sacked and ended up fumbling it away. And then after the turnover, Pillager capitalized on it with a 23-yard run by Hoagie. Once again on the first play to really set the tone, so they were hoping for this game. But then Breckenridge answered with a 13-yard strike. Bailey Evans hooked up with Cooper Roberts. Bailey Evans booted the extra point. We got a 7-6 game. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30, and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
And welcome back to Pillager, as Pillager might have just gave up a big opportunity. Had a receiver wide open by the sideline. Breckenridge defensive backs didn't realize it. They threw it down to him. Nobody was there and ended up not coming down with it. So a tough break for Pillager. Could have capitalized on that right out of the quarter. So 0 for 2 from Christian Hoagie so far with a pick. Which was hauled in by Lawson Oliphant. Once again, Breckenridge holding on to that 1-point lead here as we start the second quarter. 11:55 remaining in the second quarter. They hand it off to Hoagland this time again. He's the bell cow for this squad. Hoagland, let's see how many yards they give him, but he moves the sticks. Looks like a gain of 5. Gain of 5 to move the sticks for Pillager. So they are on the Cowboy 36 after capitalizing on an interception. Hoagie's got a running back to his right, another one behind him. Kind of the offset eye pistol. And they're going to fake it to Hoagland, and Hoagie's going to keep it. Bailey Evans making the stop. Some quarterback on quarterback action here. Gain of 4. I say 4. So that is the shortest carry Hoagie's had so far. So Breckenridge trying to figure him out. Once again, trying to take those adjustments they made, taking on the Pelican Rapids, who had a similar offensive style, and transferring that over here. But this type of offense, the running backs don't get a whole lot of glory for how many carries they're getting, because they're kind of the ones taking the hits up the middle, and then the fullback gets to swoop in and steal all the glory and run in untouched. Fake the handoff, and look at a little pop pass, and they got a man streaking down the field. It's going to be close to, and they ended up fumbling it away. And Bailey Evans stripped it and hauled it in. What a play. Talk about sticking with it, making a heads-up play. Bailey Evans. He lost a fumble, and he also threw a pick so far, so he said, I got to get one of these back. Stripped it away on a big play that Pillager very likely would have been able to turn into points. That was inside the red zone. That was inside the 10. So Bailey Evans saved, possibly saved a touchdown there. Stripped it loose and recovered it. So Cowboys will take over on their own 6. Evans motions Jackson Riggs over. Hands it off to Armitage. Armitage got a few Huskies there to bring him down. Gain of 7 on the play, or 6. So gain of 6 for Armitage. So 2 turnovers by both teams so far. 4 turnovers in this game total. 7-6, Breckenridge in the lead here at Pillager High School. Evans and company roll up to the line. 2 receivers out of the left, tight end to the left as well as Jackson Riggs is in. They're going to try throwing it out to him. It actually got batted. Deflecting that is Justin Anderson, number 88, 6'3", 205-pound defensive end. And I got to loop back and shout out the cheerleaders. I said I was going to do that earlier. Emily Differding, Madison Villarreal as well. Paige Schreiber, Ella and Paige Hershey. Janae Espinoza, Nevea Villarreal, as well as Izzy Running Bear and Sophia Johnson. Very much appreciate them making the trek up here. Shout out to Chrissy Hayek as well, making sure that they're having fun. While making sure the fans are having fun. You know, it all transfers over. Cowboys coming up to the line on their own 12. 3rd and 4, and this is not where you want to end up turning it over on down, so definitely not 4-down territory. Cooper Roberts back into the game. And they're going to throw it out to him on kind of a little bubble screen. And he makes one man miss, makes another one miss, and then takes a big hit from, that's 28, Elijah Miller, who laid a boom earlier. And he's going to be just shy of the sticks. Gain of 2, so sets up 4th and 2. They're going to have to bring out the punt team. Can't blame them. Third catch of the day for Cooper Roberts, who's now going to have to take over as a punter. Done a good job punting this year for the Cowboys. Been impressed with him. And that one, a little high, kicks it. And it's scooped out by Elijah Miller. He's looking to make a big return out of it. Runs into Trey Vogelbacher. Vogelbacher in on the tackle, as is Tegan Abel and Jackson Bolte. A nice return. So they'll get great field position to start here. On the Cowboy 31. We'll start this drive. Whew. Tough drop for the defense. But we'll see if they can come up with a big turnover again. 9 minutes remaining in this second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Pillager coming up to the line. Would have been a little confusion. One running back to the left of Hoagie. Another one behind him. Don't be surprised if they go to Hoagland here. Out of the tailback spot. They motion a man over to the left. Hoagie keeps it himself. Tucker Shocker there trying to make the tackle. And causes him some trouble. That lets Armitage and Couts get over there and help out. David Erlinson as well. So Shocker staying disciplined over there. Excuse me. One yard gain for Hoagie. Breckenridge has got to be very happy with that. He's a great playmaker. Christian Hoagie, 6'5", 200-pound junior. You always see these really good players, and if you're a Breckenridge fan, you say, oh, I hope they're a senior. We don't have to see him again next year, but not the case with Hoagie. This time he's going to keep it after faking it to Hoagland, and Dawson Weinbar tries to make the tackle, can't make it happen. David Erlinson is going to end up tossing him into the end zone. And it is a 30-yard touchdown by Hoagie. You saw Erlinson showing the hustle to try to take him down, but it was too late. 30-yard touchdown, second of the day for Christian Hoagie. I already got him for 65 yards here. We still got 8:08 left to play in the second quarter. Quite the playmaker. Now they're going to try to make up for that two-point conversion they didn't get earlier. Make it a 7-point game. Hoagie going under center. And might have been some movement ahead of time, or else they would have got the two-point conversion. After the Pillager false start, brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. I'll back up the two-point conversion. You got to get about 8 yards here now instead of your 3. They're still in the lead, regardless of what happens on this two-point conversion. 12-7, Pillager in the lead. 8:08 remaining in the second quarter, and here's what they got dialed up for the two-point conversion. Going to go with a split-back set under center. Hoagie looking to throw it over to the left side to a slanting receiver, and it went right through his hands. The intended receiver number there was Brayton Kriegel, 5'6" senior. After the failed two-point conversion, we got a 12-7 Pillager lead here at Pillager High School. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cowboys. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. We got a 12-7 Huskies lead here against the Breckenridge Cowboys. Not those Huskies. I haven't heard how they're doing yet.
Kicking off, Gabe Parrish.
Gabe Parrish going to be handling the kicking duties. Squibbed it the last time. And by the way, I know we're still got a little ways to go. 8:08 left in the second quarter, but I just wanted to throw it out there that Pillager, who kicked it to one of the front men who laid on it, is going to get the ball to start off the half. It was Cooper Roberts laying on that one, so he's been making a lot of big plays for the Cowboys today at a lot of different positions. But he will not start out with the offense. They got Jackson Riggs in at tight end this time around. They've been kind of trading off series, trying to stay fresh. (12-7). Cowboys coming up to the line. Evans snaps it, hands it off to Armitage. Armitage will be lucky just to get back to the line on that one. Hoagland making the stop. Laying a lick on Armitage. Armitage so far unofficially 13 yards on 5 carries. Going to want to bring up that yards per carry. David Erlinson, I got for 8 yards on 4 carries. Bailey Evans, I got him in the negatives because he lost a bunch on that sack. I just don't know how much. We'll revisit that. Bailey Evans fakes the handoff, makes a man miss, and then kind of throws a little jump pass, but it goes incomplete. You got to love the craftiness because he's been under pressure a lot tonight. He makes it work. Sets up a 3rd and 10 after the stuffed run and the incomplete pass. So I got him for 7 for 11. Don't have the yards tallied up for Evans through the air so far. 2 receivers out to the right. 1 to the left, tight end to the left as well. Armitage in the backfield. Evans takes the handoff. Now he's looking to throw it to Armitage on a wheel route, but it is picked off. Trying to make a big return out of it as well. Pillager returns it to the 20. And that was picked off by number 9 for Pillager, Kobe Schultz. Second interception of the day for Bailey Evans. And the third turnover of the day for the Cowboys. They lost a fumble, the opening drive, and have thrown 2 picks. Pillager actually returned that one to the 25. I saw the 20-yard marker went flying, so I kind of assumed that that's where he got knocked out, but apparently he got knocked into that. So Pillager starting on the Breckenridge 25. 7:14 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard here in the opening half. Hoagie, Hoagland behind him. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, and rolls out to the right, and Hoagie is going to go in for his 3rd score of the half. He's got all of Pillager's touchdowns, and all of them have been at least 20 yards. That was 25 yards. He's got a 23-yard scamper, a 30, and a 25, and they're all coming on the same action, faking the handoff up the middle and booking up the sideline, and that's tough to stop. And those touchdowns coming just a minute and 2 seconds away from each other on game time. So Hoagie trying to help his squad get their first 2-point conversion of the game. 0 for 2 on them so far. Going out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Hoagland. Actually, he faked it, so he's got it himself. And now he's going to roll out to the right, look for an open receiver. And it is caught and a little back pedaled in, or he fell in. That is Elijah Miller. So first 2-point conversion of the game by the Huskies makes it a 20-7 lead. Oh, now they're saying there's some laundry on the field. I'll double check what it is. Never mind. Oh, they're going to wave it off. All right. So it remains 18-7. And the 2-point conversions continue to be the only thing Pillager is not clicking on so far today. Well, the announcer speculating illegal man downfield, which I'm inclined to agree with because I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a run play. And Hoagie just said, oh boy.
I don't know what the train says, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I've been really vibing with this announcer most of the game, but he just made a joke about a train going by, and now I'm... I shouldn't be one to talk. I'm making jokes the whole broadcast. 7:06 remaining here in the opening half. Pillager coming up, trying to get their first 2-point conversion of the game. They're going to go out of a Wildcat set with Miller at quarterback. Try to see if this works. The lefty tosses it up, and they're looking for Hoagie, who hauls it in for the 2-point conversion. Hey, if nobody's going to be hauling it in for Hoagie, he says he's going to just do it himself. So Hoagie hauls in the 2-point conversion. We got a 20-7 score. Cowboys going to look to answer when they get the ball back. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. The Huskies have made it a 27 lead against the Breckenridge Cowboys. Cowboys going to look to answer here. 3 turnovers so far by the Cowboys here in the opening half. Pillager's got 2 of their own as well. This time they kick it deep. Hauled in by Armitage. Armitage waiting for that wall to develop and take care of business. Returns it to the 30.
Return to the 30-yard line.
So Cowboys
First down and 10, Cowboys.
got 6:58 left, so plenty of time in the opening half. Don't have to worry about that. Defensive coordinator Jordan Christensen having to talk with one of the players, saying this is what your responsibility here is on the quarterback, I assume. Cowboys come out. 1 running back to each side of Evans. Waiting on the snap. Hands it off on the right side. David Erlinson's got some room to run. Ooh, tries to make a cut out to the right, but ends up slipping on the grass. We'll see how many Erlinson got on that one. 6-yard gain. Call it a gain of 7. And on this play, it's going to maybe get a couple yards. Time it was Jackson Riggs, and it looks like he might have banged up his ankle on that one. Maybe got a yard.
3rd down and 3.
1 yard gain makes it a 3rd and 3. Cowboys operating on their own 38. Evans and Armitage in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, and Evans nowhere to go. Danny Heldman blowing that play up. Loss of 3 on the play.
4th down and 7 from the 35.
Oh, they'll call it a loss of 4. So after that 4-yard loss, with 5:30 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, Breckenridge is going to be forced to punt for the 2nd time. Roberts getting deja vu. He's like, I think I just did this. Boots it high. And it's hauled in by Miller. 1 tackler misses, 2 tacklers miss, and then there's a big hit over by the sideline. Lost an Oliphant over there trying to make the stop, and he gets knocked out of bounds. So they'll return into Cowboy territory, a little past the 45, it looks like. Pillager taking over on the 44-yard line, it looks like. 5:06 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You got to be thinking Breckenridge is going to know what they're going to do because they've scored on the same play 3 times. So it's that's probably a safe bet. Well, not exactly the same play, but you guys know what I mean. Quarterback fakes the handoff, runs up the sideline. That's kind of what's been working so far. So the Huskies come up to the line. 1 back in the backfield with Hoagie, standout junior quarterback. Also caught the 2-point conversion after the last score. And that time they did hand it off. Looks like Brian Martinez made that stop. First time we've said his name after raving about him the last couple weeks. But Martinez brothers trying to take care of the middle. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I had to double check. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Allen and Brian in the middle.
4:30 to go in the 2nd quarter. 4:30 to go.
Cowboys trailing 20-7 with 4:30 remaining here in the opening half. Your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Hoagie hands it off again, and it's going to be a big gain. And actually bounce it out to the left side and up the sideline for a touchdown from 42 yards out. And that was actually Hoagland. First touchdown scored by someone other than Hoagie. From 42 yards out. And an explosive run game. And Breckenridge knew coming into this game that it was going to be a tough battle up front. With the size that Pillager brings up into the trenches. And that was just another example there. 42-yard run. 26-7. Pillager in the lead, going to try to make it 28-7. But the Huskies are going to take a timeout. We'll take a very quick timeout with them. This timeout break brought to you by Highcam Construction. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic. B92.7 is KBMW FM Breckenridge Wahpeton, powered by Vision Ford. DriveWithVision.com.
And welcome back to that 42-yard touchdown by Derek Hoagland. We're going to see our first attempt at an extra point today. That's why they wanted to call a timeout. So let's work on field goals. And a low snap, so they're going to have to bail out and try to run it in and get to the left pylon. And the rusher got popped over there by David Erlinson. David Erlinson was hawking him. Braden Kriegel is the one who got eaten up on that one, trying to run it in on the left side. So the score will remain 26-7. Breckenridge doing a good job of holding on to two-point conversions if you're looking for a silver lining, Cowboy fans. And another silver lining, you get a quick break from me. Once again, 26-7 is your score. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. Huskies lead 26-7 against the Breckenridge Cowboys. And this one's going to be hauled in by one of the upmen. And I think that was Vogelbacher again, his second nice return of the day. Cowboys got 4:09 remaining here in the opening half to try to get some points before halftime. And we'll run through the scoring when we get to the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Your number one grade marketing and production agriculture supply company. Pillager really taking advantage with the big plays. Their quarterback Christian Hoagie has burst for 3 touchdowns, all of over 20 yards. And then they just got a 42-yard run from their running back as well. And now Breckenridge are going to try to respond with a screen that gets batted by the defensive lineman. Pillagers, like I said, they are big up front. I think that was Earl Brown batting that one. He's 290. Joshua Freelove getting mixed in there. He's 310. And a couple 250 dudes. Caden Zock, one of them. You can see him, number 53, if you're watching on the video stream. So after that incomplete pass, 4:04 remaining, 2nd and 10. By the way, the Cowboys so far with 3 turnovers here in this game. 2 interceptions and a fumble that they lost as well. Trips left, 1 receiver out to the right, 1 running back in the backfield with Evans. Evans rolls out to the left. Tries to find Kunkel, and now it's 4 turnovers after that interception. And the second of the day by Elijah Miller. A tough break for the Cowboys. This Pillager defense, they're flying around. So 3 interceptions so far by the Cowboys offense. And a fumble. Breckenridge has forced 2 turnovers of their own. They got an interception and a fumble. They're going to have to come up with 1 here. But this read option game is proven deadly by the Huskies. Offset eye out of a pistol set. Hoagie looking to complete his first pass of the game. 0 for 2 with a pick so far. Throws it down the sideline. And it looks like there is going to be a PI, and yes, or face guarding at least.
Flag on the play. Christian Hoagie intended for
This penalty brought to you by State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. Your local State Farm agents in Wapton and Breckenridge.
Pass interference on the defense.
So after that pass interference by Oliphant, we're going to bring Aiden Sanchez in for a play. Kind of maybe talk it over with them, let them know what went wrong on that play. And he's got one of the Cowboy turnovers in this game. Picked off a pass. Bailey Evans got the other one. Stripped it on the 6-yard line. Hauled it in. So that'll be into the Titan Machinery Red Zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. Starting off on the Cowboy 20. Pillager. This would be, if they were to score here, it would be their shortest touchdown of the game. Their shortest currently is 23 yards. Hoagie trying to make something happen. Takes a big pop from Jackson Riggs. Jacob Kunkel also on the tackle. But not after getting a gain of about 6 or 7. We're going to call it a gain of 6. I'm inclined to agree. Called it a gain of 6, and then he says, second and a long 3. That bothers me. Call it a gain of 6 or 7. Stick with that. Gain of 6 on the play for Hoagie, Christian Hoagie. He's got to have at least 100 yards by now, but we'll tally that up at halftime. 26-7 Pillager lead with 3:04 remaining in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And this time they go with Hoagland. David Erlinson, one of the tacklers there. A couple other Cowboys. Not fun to get hit by him, that's for sure. Gain of 1 by Hoagland. Scored from 42 yards out his last time getting a tote. Pillager coming up with that big line. They got a couple tight ends with them too. This is kind of a set we saw OTC run a lot. One receiver out to the left, pair of split backs. And this is actually very similar to their offense. And it is going to be a 13-yard score for Elijah Miller. 13-yard TD with 2:14 remaining makes it 32-7. Pillager in the lead here on their home field, trying to get their first win of the year. I am surprised this team, they've looked really sharp. I'm surprised they were 0-2 coming into this one. But Osakis, they got a great tradition. Obviously, so that's a tough draw first week. And Wadena had a nice bounce back here last year that they ended up losing to them as well. So got to keep that in mind for when Breckenridge faces Wadena later in the season in a few weeks. So 32-7, Pillager in the lead. Going to try to kick the extra point. They tried last time around. Booting it is going to be number 32, Gabe Parrish. Parrish gives the signal. Low snap again, but they're going to boot it away. And it is good. So after the extra point, we got a 33-7 Pillager lead here on their home field against the Breckenridge Cowboys. Take a quick break with 2:14 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. Got a 33-7 lead. My apologies. Got to get the camera moved down. And Jacob Kunkel looking for some room to run behind his wall. At that point, you kind of got to run into it. You're a sitting duck when you kind of hang back there. So maybe something they're going to talk about on the tape. Or maybe they won't, 'cause maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. 33-7, Pillager in the lead. 2:07 remaining here in the opening half, and I wonder how we got here. Containing the big plays has been a struggle for the Breckenridge defense, and then hanging on to the ball has been a struggle for the Breckenridge offense as far as turnovers go. 3 interceptions thrown by the Breckenridge offense so far, and then a fumble as well. 2:07 remaining here in the second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Evans hands it off, and that's Armitage getting taken out of the legs. Love the sportsmanship. Seeing him get scooped up by a lineman, kind of just tossed back over to the Cowboys. That was Caden Imdick helping up Armitage after the gain of 5. Not a whole lot of time left for the Cowboys, so they got to get a little sense of urgency if they want to get some points before halftime. That, and they're kicking it away to the Huskies to start the second half, so that's not ideal. Evans and Armitage in the backfield. Evans throws it out to Riggs on a little quick hitter on the left side, and Riggs takes a big shot. They're going to probably say targeting on that one. I think Eli Miller's, if they call targeting on that one, he's done for the day. And that's, I don't know if that was attempting to be malicious or what, but that was a head-to-head hit at a guy who's already going down.
On the defense, so there'll be a 15-yard penalty. First down, Cowboys.
Well, it was a hit to the head, but I don't know if that's also an ejection, but Jackson Riggs getting tended to by athletic trainer Janie Lanou. And I'm finally getting used to saying Janie Lanou after knowing her as Janie Bolson her whole life. And by the way, brought her on for an interview today. If you guys want to go check that out on our YouTube channel, which if you're watching it right now, you're already there. Let's go check it out. It's part of our Snap Spotlight series. We do the early part of the 5 o'clock hour every Friday. And she was a great interview. And she's going to have to go treat Jackson Riggs' injury right now. Let's hope it's not serious, but took a big shot to the head there. But Miller is still in the game, so not calling it a targeting penalty, just a hit to the head. Which, I mean, maybe they changed the rule. That used to be an automatic ejection, I thought, but it is what it is. Got to keep the players safe. And I almost feel for him now that I see he plays free safety. It's tough to get action at free safety, so kind of see why you're going to be flying in at the end of a play to lay a boom. Evans going to hand it off this time to Paul Armitage, who's got some room to operate. Call it a gain of 8. I forgot to write down how many yards Riggs got on that. Or no, Riggs, I guess his catch didn't count because they went with the penalty to move the sticks. Don't mind me, just trying to do stats here in the middle of the game. Cowboys come up to the line, trailing 33-7, trying to get some points right before half. Bailey Evans hitting the hole hard. Actually, he kind of jumps by a guy and then puts the shoulder down on about 4 other dudes, so showing a lot of heart on that run. That's what you need to see from your senior captain and quarterback. 22-yard gain from Evans. Cowboys going to take a quick break. Don't want to let too much of the clock run down. 41.3 seconds remaining here in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Pause for a quick commercial break as well as your station ID. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
B92.7 is KBMW FM Breckenridge Wapaton. Powered by Vision Ford. DriveWithVision.com.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. Cowboys are into Husky territory. They got 28 yards to hit pay dirt. Motion man over to the right. A lot of guys over on the right side. They're going to pitch it, and then it's actually a halfback pass. Screen over to Bailey Evans on the left side. He's got a lot of room to operate. Cuts it up and runs it to about the 15, or past the 15.
First down, Cowboys.
We'll see how many yards he ended up getting on that one. Quick confession, I was keeping a little bit of a secret from you listeners. And Coach Carson Yagi said to watch out for that play, so I'm a big fan. He didn't give me a whole lot of details, but he said it's a screen you're going to really like. And I wholeheartedly agree. 13-yard gain, and now we got another timeout taken by the Cowboys. They got one more left after this one. And what happened there is they kind of handed it off to Paul Armitage, who ran over to the right side and then tossed it over to Evans. So get him involved in a variety of ways. Now both quarterbacks in this game have caught a pass. So love to see that. And that was really testing Evans, or trusting Evans to make a play in the open field, and he didn't disappoint. 13-yard gain to the 15. The Titan Machinery Red Zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. Now that we're all wrapped up with that Highcamp Construction timeout, we are back in action. It looks like Bailey Evans is going to have to get take a play off on that one. So they got Trey Vogelbacher, the backup, in the game. Vogelbacher hands it off to Armitage. That gets blown up in a hurry. Maybe got back to the line if they're lucky. Armitage getting, or Bailey Evans getting worked on by athletic trainer Janie Lanou. And they're going to say he lost a yard on that one. They're letting the clock run out. I think they're just going to take it into half. No, they're going to call a timeout. Get one more play. Just didn't want to leave Pillager any time. So 4.4 seconds left. Take a very quick timeout break. Timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction. When we get back, Breckenridge on the 16-yard line. They got 4.4 seconds to go, so they got one play to make it happen. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
And welcome back to Pillager. And Bailey Evans still out of the game. That could be a big blow for the Cowboys. Paul Armitage also out of the game. So Lawson Alfun coming into the game. Get some action at running back. Trey Vogelbacher at the QB spot. Vogelbacher, his first pass of the season. Looking left. Throws one for the end zone. And, of course, we get cut off by a narrow window in the press box, but pass is incomplete. And that will do it. Intended receiver in the end zone was Dawson Weinbar, but double coverage there. Pillager was in their prevent, and we got a 33-7 score heading into the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Cowboys trailing at Pillager High School. Looking to make some big adjustments here at halftime. You're listening to Cowboy Football at B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wahpeton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wahpeton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer. Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that Mom and Dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Well, we looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for Mom and Dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and health care, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
And welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. So a big shout out to one of our listeners out there, Brian Ellingson. Bryant, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you, buddy. And it has been a tough one so far for the Breckenridge fans. 33-7, Pillager in the lead. And, yeah, it's been a lot of big plays for the Huskies. They broke off a ton of 20-yard TDs. And I'll run through the scoring for you right now. 9:46, Christian Hoagie had a 23-yard touchdown on the first play of the game offensively for Pillager. So that kind of set the tone. And Breckenridge answered with a 15-yard scoring hookup, or 13-yard, from Bailey Evans to Cooper Roberts. That came with 5:02 left in the opening quarter. Extra point was good to give Breckenridge their lone lead of the game, 7-6. And then, oh boy, was it a tough second half. 27 points scored, all by Pillager. And they did it like this: a 30-yard run, a 25-yard run as well. Both of those were by Hoagie for his second and third scores of the game, because remember, he scored the first one. 2-point conversion was no good on the first couple of them. But then they threw Hoagie out at receiver after the third touchdown and had Elijah Miller toss it out to him for a jump ball, which he hauled in to make it a 27 game. And then the running backs got in on the action. A 42-yard run by Derek Hoagland for a touchdown, and then a 13-yard run by Elijah Miller for the score as well. And Elijah Miller, I only got him for a couple of carries, so he's really taking advantage of the limited touches he gets. Run through some stats for you. Breckenridge has Bailey Evans throwing 7 for 14, 66 yards, 3 interceptions. So a tough first half from the senior quarterback. And also, and then running the ball as well, I got him for 5 carries for, call it 11 yards. So 5 for 11. 5 carries as well for David Erlinson for 14 yards. 7 carries for 25 yards for Paul Armitage. So the Breckenridge run game having a tough time getting it going offensively. We knew it was going to be a tough one in the trenches with this Huskies squad. So, they knew they kind of had a tall task ahead of them. And Hoagie doing his best to, make some big plays. Like I said, he's got 3 carries of at least 20 yards, 7 carries on the day for 98 yards, and then 57 yards from Hoagland on 6 carries. And then I got, like I said, only a couple carries for 13 yards, one being the 13-yard touchdown from Eli Miller. Hauling in catches for Breckenridge. 3 catches for 22 yards from Cooper Roberts. 26 yards on 2 catches from Paul Armitage. 1 catch from Bailey Evans. Yes, Bailey Evans hauled in a catch from his quarterback position, thrown by Paul Armitage, his 1 throw of the half. For 13 yards, once again, Jacob Kunkel had a 10-yard grab, and then Dawson Weinbar had an 8-yard catch. defensively making big plays for Breckenridge. Lawson Oliphant had that interception on the tip pass, and then Bailey Evans stripped a fumble loose on the 6-yard line and then hauled it in as well. So you got the strip and the recovery. Bailey Evans doing a good job on the defensive side of the ball. Now Breckenridge just kind of got to just take care of holding on to the ball offensively. But I know they're kind of in a tough position. They're battling from way back, and that means you got to open up the playbook and get a little off schedule and do a lot of things you ordinarily wouldn't be doing or you didn't game plan you'd be doing. And now the injuries are also piling up too. We saw Jackson Riggs take a big shot to the head and got his bell rung while he was falling to the ground. And then we got Bailey Evans and Paul Armitage both went down on the same drive. We'll see if we see more of them. But tough start for Breckenridge. We'll see how they answer here in the second half. Try to put something together. Obviously you can think of a lot of football games that have been some pretty crazy comebacks. I said I wouldn't talk about the Vikings this broadcast, but they had a pretty wild one last year. We'll focus on that. Let's focus on the good from last year instead of what happened last night. Oh, geez, I talked about last night. Anyways, we'll take a quick break on the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. Once again, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company, Pillager, with a 33-7 lead over Breckenridge at the half.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wapaton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. So we'll revisit those keys to the game, which were brought to you by Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Small town friendly, big town deals. And maybe I don't think they've really been executing the way that I was saying they had to be successful. If the score is any indication, we talked about how they needed to be very disciplined in their jobs, as far as taking care of the option when they're on defense, and that has not exactly happened so far, so that's something they're going to have to work on here in the second half. And then offensively, we talked about how they're going to throw a lot of different stuff at them, so they're going to have to kind of be ready for that, but they got 4 turnovers, so it's kind of one of those halves where everything that can go bad did go bad, so, just got to learn from it and see what you can get going here in the second half. Get some momentum here. But once again, Pillager will start with the ball. So got to slow down that offense, come out, get a big stop, put a good drive together yourself, and all of a sudden you're right back into her. So we'll see what they got dialed up for their first possession when they get the ball back, obviously. Keep forgetting that the Huskies are getting the ball first. And yes, the Pillager Huskies, not the Wahpeton ones. My apologies if you came here looking for the Wahpeton broadcast. They're over on the AM station, AM 1450 KBMW. I have not heard any results, or not results, but any scores for Wahpeton. But the beautiful thing is we are also live streaming that game. So in the year 2023, I can just pull it up on my phone and see that Wahpeton is currently trailing 14-20 at half against West Fargo Horace. So that's a quick score update for you. I told you I'd try to track down at least one of them. So that will do it for the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. We'll take a quick break here. But at the same time, the Huskies haven't come out and warmed up yet. So maybe we will be extending the halftime show a little bit. We shall see. You're listening to the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show on B92.7 FM. 33-7 Pillager leads Breckenridge. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Dr. Andrea Hornstein at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is certified in pregnancy and pediatrics. Dr. Andrea treats newborns, infants, toddlers, school-age teens, and athletes, all the way to moms and dads, grandmas, and grandpas, too. No need to suffer with a headache. This is one of Dr. Andrea's favorite things to treat. Did you know sprained ankles can be treated by a chiropractor? Getting your athlete back into the game faster, ready to feel and function well. Utilize chiropractic care for a healthier wellness style. Call Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 701-672-1300. That's Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, Jamie, and Melissa have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
And welcome back, and it looks like we are still going to be in the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show as the Huskies let their youth football teams kind of have a little more action than we expected, so they were kind of out there for a while, and now halftime show continues. So I kind of ran through all of the stats already and all the scoring, but that's all right. Could talk about any friendly tips they get from me, who is not qualified to be a coach, but throw some stuff your way. I would say just don't turn it over, because then you can at least punt it away. If you at least punt it away, then you're not setting yourself up with terrible field position. I know I'm not really breaking ground on anything crazy here, but, I guess come out, just try to get a good start, and just shake off that first half. There's no better way to shake off a tough half than, coming out with a big 3-and-out here to start off this when Pillager gets the ball, or at least stalling the drive. That was kind of their MO the first week, was giving up a lot of big plays, but they gave up some big runs, but didn't give up scores. Would bend but didn't break. So maybe if we saw a drive like that, we'd be good. I say we like I'm on the team. If the Breckenridge faithful can see them, kind of hold off the Pillager offense here, that'd be at least a good start to work with. Maybe fire up the offense a little bit when they get the ball back. So another turnover would be ideal. Oh my goodness. Just got told Bailey Evans is actually going to be heading to the ER, so we'll not be seeing him. Not sure what information I can disclose, but thoughts and prayers with him, obviously. So the Cowboys will be booting this one away. Start off the half. And booting it away, once again, will be Caleb Albertson. Albertson gives the signal. We're ready to start up the second half. Little squib kick, and Breckenridge has got a good shot at recovering that. Bounced off of the Pillager player, but the Huskies were able to get on it. And the player, what happened there, he jumped down a little early, so he's kind of letting the ball come to him instead of going at the ball, and that kind of set him up for a tough situation, but they were able to get back on it. That would have been that shot in the arm that I was talking about at halftime. So Huskies starting off on their own 42. Offset eye pistol. Got a pull back to the right of Hoagie. Running back behind him. They're going to go up the middle first play. And Miller busting off a big run into Cowboy territory. It's like a gain of about 16 to open up that half. And like I said, he didn't have a whole lot of totes in the first half. By my count, at least. My stats are very unofficial, so.
First down, Huskies.
So I'm able to jot down some stats here in the second half. I got to track my pen down.
3-yard line.
So 16-yard burst by Miller to get it rolling. Eli Miller had the last touchdown of the half. And Hoagie, that time Breckenridge played it really well, but he just pitched it out too quick to Hoagland. Shocker, laying a nice hit on the quarterback. That's exactly what they've been looking for. Just got to be able to get it every play, not just on that one. And the downside is, even though they did play that very well, still a gain of 3 for Hoagland. Once again, Bailey Evans heading to the ER. So we'll not be seeing him. And I'll make sure to try to track down some updates, but thoughts and prayers once again with him and his family. As Hoagland runs for another big gain. Let's see how many yards they're going to give him on that one.
All right, so first down, that would be another Husky.
And I'm going to see where they mark it. Looks like at the 28, so a gain of 12. Breckenridge is looking for some answers on both sides of the ball. Going to be without their QB. And one of their best defensive players as well. Also not 100% sure on if Jackson Riggs will be making it back into the game. Pillager going to go with a handoff up the middle by Miller once again. He's got a couple of Cowboys taking him down. They said it was the Hoagie and the Hoagland show in the first half, so second half we're going to try to get it to Miller, and now he's going to run off with an injury. Gain of... Ended up moving the sticks into the 17. To the Tight Machine in red zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. Not 100% sure how many he got on that one. But he had to come out of the game with an injury. Up the middle once again, this is Hoagland, Paul Armitage laying a pop. And once again, you can just see the surge from the offensive line. A lot of big boys on that O-line. Start off with the guys they got on the right side. 74, Earl Brown. So that 6'5", 290, 76, Jack Nagel. 11, he's 6 foot, 220 at the guard. Also their tight end's pretty big. Run through the rest of their O-line. Either way, now they come out in that similar OTC to the OTC set we talked about earlier. Hoagland up the middle. Second carry in a row. He got 4 yards. And then a 3-yard gain. They are in the Tight Machinery red zone once again. Actually, 3rd and 3 from the 10. As the Huskies are going to add to this lead to open up the second half. Hoagie working out of the pistol once again. He's only thrown, I believe, 2 passes all game, and Hoagland's pretty much going to walk into the end zone for the 10-yard score. 8:21 remaining. His second score of the game. His first one was a 42-yard rush. With 8:21 remaining in the third quarter. 39-7. Going to see if they're going to try the extra point again. They booted the last one through. I don't see why not. So after that 10-yard TD, I think they're doing the extra point. They're kind of bringing on different personnel, so it makes me think they're going to, but I'm not 100% sure. And actually, they're going to go for 2. Try to make it 41-7. And they're going to go with a handoff, but Breckenridge was ready for that one. Comes up with a stop on the 2-point conversion, and once again, that's what they've kind of been the bright spot of tonight, is they've been doing a good job on not giving up those 2-point conversion plays, but the damage is still done on the opening drive of the second half. Pillager drives 60 yards for a score. 10-yard touchdown makes it 39-7. 8:21 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
And we are back in action here at Pillager High School. We'll get to see the Cowboy offense for the first time this half, and once again, they'll be without their quarterback, Bailey Evans. to be rushed to the ER. So, obviously a huge blow for the Cowboys. Probably their most important player is going to be without him in the second half. And a big tackle there on the kickoff team. Pillager is just flying around like crazy right now.
So return to about the 21-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 Cowboys.
Sets up first and 10.
21.
Cowboys starting off 79 yards away from the end zone. So, just letting you know that in case they bust one off right here. Trey Vogelbacher manning the quarterback position. Vogelbacher comes out, one running back to each side. We'll see what action we're going to see out of him. He hands it off on the first play. Kind of off-tackle run from David Erlinson to start off the drive. Call it a gain of 2 or 3. For Erlinson. Yeah, a gain of 2. Cowboys coming out of the line, looking for their first points of the second half. Haven't scored since that Roberts touchdown. That was thrown to by Bailey Evans. Now a little bit of a miscue. That's what happens when you don't have your quarterback and senior captain. Oh, my apologies. False start on the Cowboys. Backs them up. Make it a 2nd and 13. A penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Hometown, your local State Farm agents in Breckenridge and Wapaton. You didn't know.
So second down and 13 from the 19.
So coming up to the line on the 2nd and 13. Got Armitage lined up to the left of Vogelbacher. Motion Erlinson over to the left side. High snap. Vogelbacher has to haul it in with just his right hand. They're going to do a QB run. And goes down after a gain of about, call it 8 or 9. No, my apologies. Looked like it from my angle. Looks like actually a gain of, call it 6. First carry of the game for Vogelbacher. Came in and threw a pass at the end of the half after Evans was hurt. On that screen play I was so excited for. Tough break. They come up to the line. Vogelbacher with Erlinson to his left. And Armitage to his right. They're going to run a pass play. Vogelbacher fires a pass into traffic, but it is hauled in by Roberts, his 4th grab of the game, and that'll move the sticks. Gain of 10 on the play. So Vogelbacher getting his first completion, 1 of 2 now. And Roberts now has 4 grabs on the day for 32 yards. And a touchdown, I might add. Might be a leading candidate for player of the game so far. Also got to show him some love on the punting as well. Armitage to the left of Vogelbacher. Vogelbacher fakes the handoff. It's taken down in the open field, but gets a nice gain. Showing the athleticism. He showed a lot of promise last year. Coming in and playing on special teams and had me excited for his future. We get to see a little more of it today. Vogelbacher is a junior on the squad, 6 foot, 175 pounds. I was actually a lot more excited to see him play linebacker this year. You know, I already knew Evans had the QB spot locked down, but now we get a preview of, you know, what next year could be like. Or depending on Evans' injury, the rest of this year maybe. 7-yard gain from David Erlinson, though. His best rush of the night. Moves the sticks and gets to the 50. So Cowboys, well, just shy of the 50. Trying to put together their second scoring drive of the game. 5:05 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys down 39-7. Vogelbacher in the game playing QB with Bailey Evans being out with an injury. And we'll see how many Erlinson got on that one. They love pounding him between the tackles. Call it a 5-yard burst. So after only rushing for 14 yards in the opening half, Erlinson's got 14 yards on this drive alone. And coming out for a quick break, maybe with an injury, is Tegan Abel. They just run off the field. He's less than thrilled to be coming out. They're going to motion Erlinson over, and they're really close to getting a delay of game, but instead Vogelbacher is going to be rushing it. And gets the first down. Gain of 7 by Vogelbacher. This is a lot busier day than I expected to be having. He's got 21 rushing yards on this drive so far on 3 carries, so 7 yards a pop, not bad. And Pillager still has their starting defense on, which is what they probably want to discuss. Hey, we got our starters out here. How come they're running the ball like this on us so far? So this time out brought to you by Highcamp Construction. Pillager up 39-7 against the Breckenridge Cowboys. You're listening. It's Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And we are back at Pillager High School. Cowboys trail the Pillager Huskies 39-7. And they got a 1st and 10 at the Pillager 38. Vogelbacher with Armitage in the backfield with him. They're going to hand it off to Armitage. None doing. Pack of Huskies there waiting for him. Actually ended up losing a yard or two out of the shotgun handoff. So loss of 1 by Armitage. 3:55 remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Huskies up 39-7 on the Cowboys. Christian Hoagie, a big reason for that. Big play running back, or big play quarterback. Putting up numbers like a big play running back. Trey Vogelbacher trying to do it himself. They love those design QB runs, and I see why. That was on a 2nd and 11, so that sets up a 3rd and 2. Call it a 9-yard burst. The announcer says 8, though. Yeah, he's probably right. We'll see what the Cowboys have dialed up for this 3rd and 2. It's 4-down territory, so not the end of the world if this one doesn't go their way. Armitage in the backfield with Vogelbacher. They're going to hand it off to Armitage, and he gets by 1 tackler, and then he has 2 more waiting there for him. First one getting in the backfield being disruptive was 53 Caden Zock. There's A just got back to the line, so back-to-back runs of 0 or less yards from Armitage. And Pillager fans getting rowdy. Cowboys coming out with a couple of receivers to the left, 1 to the right, tight end to the left as well. And they're going to run that way with Vogelbacher. Vogelbacher making a nice read and cut it up, and he's going to get the first down. And he got it. They got me nervous there. It's going to be close, they said. Vogelbacher's shortest run of the game, but he just did it for dramatic effect. He just wanted to get the first down by a yard. I like where his head's at. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Cowboys Need 27 more yards to get into the end zone. Trey Vogelbacher with one running back to each side of him. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right. He's going to fire a pass down the middle, but it is not caught, and Cooper Roberts was the intended receiver. Sets up a second and 10, but there is a penalty. An ineligible man downfield. This penalty brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. So we'll see who's how far they get backed up now. Looks like a 10-yard penalty. So Cowboys now backed up to, looks like their own, close to the 35, so 34. It's again Cowboys without their quarterback, Bailey Evans, be taken to the ER. And Trey Vogelbacher stepping in, doing an admirable job so far. And hands it off to Paul Armitage. It's actually a 7-yard penalty. Paul, you better correct that. See if Armitage was able to get any of those yards back. 2 of them. He's having a tough go here in the second half. 3 carries for 1 yard so far. Pillager. A comfortable 39-7 lead. 1:07 remaining in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. David Erlinson motions into the backfield. Vogelbacher hands it off to Erlinson. Gonna try to get a few yards. After the short run by Erlinson for a yard. 3rd and 13. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. I swear I was going to say that anyways. I'm not just copying the announcer. Cowboys need 31 yards to get back into the end zone. For the first time since the opening quarter, 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. And we got a receiver running early. A defender jumped, but he got back, I believe. And then Dawson Weinbar took off over on the right side of the field. So that'll be coming back 5 yards. Make it a 3rd and 18 from the 36. By the way, that penalty was brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, if you didn't know. It's like Cowboys might just run this one into the fourth quarter. Well, now they're running up to the line. They got 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it off. And they were. A little unorthodox, but Trey Vogelbacher is going to fire it, and the pass is complete. Running the complete other side of the field is Dawson Weinbar, but a nice gain nonetheless. So he's going to be a few yards shy of the first, but another flag is on the field. Penalties been huge for the killing these big plays for the Cowboys. Oh. And they're going to say roughing the passer, actually. So, nice break for the Cowboys. After the big catch and run there from Weinbar. We'll see where it gets set down. And it's tacked on to the end of the run, I believe. That'll do it for the third quarter. Get those fours up, everybody. Pillager scores once in the third quarter, and then the Cowboys kind of run out the rest of the clock for the quarter. So we'll jump into the fourth quarter, get those fours up once again, and you're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. They trail 39-7 here in Pillager.
Gear up for fall with Smith Motors in Wapaton. Avoid unexpected engine problems by getting your vehicle checked over with their free multi-point inspection and free battery testing. Now is a great time to have your engine coolant and fluid levels checked before the cold sets in. Smith Motors is your trusted Chevrolet GMC dealership in Wapaton. Small town friendly, big town deals. Located at 101 11th Street North in Wapaton. Visit them online at smithmotors.com. That's smithmotors.com.
And welcome back to Pillager High School. Cowboys trail the Huskies 39-7. Cowboys trail the Huskies, something I didn't expect to be saying again in my lifetime. Didn't know Pillager was going to be on the schedule. I think you guys know what I mean. Can get a score update for you for the Wapton game in a little bit here. So we start the fourth quarter. Trey Vogelbacher, Paul Armitage in the backfield. Vogelbacher going to run it out to the right. And he's got a couple tacklers wrapping him up. One of them being Hoagland. Derek Hoagland has been calling his name quite a few times. Ended up losing a yard on that one. And Vogelbacher, by the way, his completion to Weinbar was a 12-yard gain. And then the penalty got tacked on to the end to get them into the Titan Machinery red zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapaton. One running back to each side of Vogelbacher. He's going to hand it off to Erlinson, who bounces off a tackler and then cuts it out to the right side. Going to try to call his own number into the end zone, but gets knocked out of bounds. Heck of a second effort there by Erlinson. His best run of the night so far. And he's going to get down to the 2, it looks like. They need like a yard for a first down and 2 yards for a touchdown. Oh, the 4, actually. My apologies. So a 7-yard run from Erlinson. 3rd and 3 from the 4. So they need 3 yards to get a first, 4 yards for a TD. May as well get the 4 while you're at it. Armitage and Vogelbacher in the backfield. Love these design QB runs. We'll see if we see that. Instead, we get Armitage up the middle. We'll see where they rule him down. That's a handoff off-tackle run that we've seen Erlinson do really well on today. Armitage this time gets a couple yards. All right, moving the sticks. So they got 4 plays to get about a yard and a half. To that Armitage rush. They got him for 4 totes so far here in the second half. We'll see who's going to be getting their number call here to try to plunge it in from 2 yards out. Vogelbacher hands it off to Armitage. He gets popped instantly. We'll see if he got back to the line. He might have even lost a yard. The way the Huskies were swarming to the backfield. So they're going to say he got back to the line. And you got to really tip your hat to the Pillager defensive front. They have been locked in all game. Vogelbacher, 1 running back to each side. He's going to roll out to the left. Under pressure, tosses it up to the end zone. It got batted, but then it might have got caught off the deflection. No, they're going to say that hit the ground. David Erlinson trying to catch it off the deflection. Cooper Roberts over there as well. So that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2. That's where you start to get a little nervous. When you got 4 plays, just get a yard or 2, and first 2 don't go how you plan. Big thing is you just want to try to get a yard, get down to the 1-yard line. Then, get a good shot at QB sneaking it. It's never too fun to QB sneak from the 2, but you could maybe even do it there. We'll see. But also the way Breckenridge runs their offense, kind of a dead giveaway if they go under center here. And they're going to hand it off to Armitage once again and lose yards. Pillager's defense giving nothing. That was Hoagland again. So a 4-yard loss for Armitage. Sets up 4th and goal from the 6-yard line. Cowboys need to take advantage here. This has been a very long drive. Pretty much took a whole quarter off the board. Be a shame to not come away with some points. I'll double check when they started this drive after this play. Vogelbacher fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and is going to be hauled down short of the goal line, it looks like.
4-yard line.
So a 2-yard gain. That'll do it for that drive. So a tough break for the Cowboys. We're able to run basically a whole quarter off the board there. They gave up a touchdown with 8:21 left in the third quarter. And now Pillager takes over with 8:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. So a tough break for Breckenridge. And my apologies. Just realized I have not updated the scoreboard. I'll work on that, but be able to fix it right now because the Huskies took a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. Your score here with 8:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pillager 39, Breckenridge 7. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We are your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
Well, after the Cowboys basically took a whole quarter off of the clock, they were not able to come up with any points. Stopped on the 4-yard line after having 1st and goal from the 2. That's just kind of how tonight has gone. And Pillager going to fake the handoff, run it with their quarterback. They got their subs in. At least at the in the skill positions, I see some of the linemen, I believe, are still in. Oh, this is their second unit. After that quarterback rush, yard or 2. 2 yards they're going to give them. Sets up a 2nd and 8. Pillager backed up at their own 5. Breckenridge are going to try to make something happen on the defensive side of the ball. Another QB keep. Lawson Alphen over there to help out. And David Erlinson playing that QB well. So it remains 8 yards to get to a first. 3rd and 8. And boy, you see all the injuries on the sideline. Saw one guy kind of limping, and it looks like Breckenridge is bringing in a lot of their subs as well. So I guess some of those weren't injuries. Some of those are just guys calling it a day. 3. Tough day at the office. 3rd and 8. Pillager going to run it up the middle. And, oh, actually the quarterback still has it. Fooled me. Nobody around. He's going to have to get run down by Lawson Alphen. And he's going to pull him down by the jersey, but a massive run there. Got to double check the number by their backup QB. I believe that was number 1. Braden Barrett. Just a huge run. I could be wrong on that number. My apologies. Oh, that was actually number 13. 13, Grant Grimsley. Whew. Who just took it 78 yards, I believe. We'll give him 78 yards on that one. Not too shabby. Grimsley and company in the backfield. This time they're going to hand it off. Breckenridge's defense ready for that one. One of the ones on the tackle was Tegan Abel.
Up to 14. Gain of a yard.
So the Cowboys hold it to a yard on that play. Trying to remember, did I say 73 on that one, roughly? 78, I think it was. Yeah, we'll go 78. Yeah, usually for the backups, you don't even really need to, keep running with the stats because usually they give, every guy a carry and they don't get a whole lot of yards. But you got to write down someone busts off a 70-plus yard run. Longest carry of the day. Tyson Decker up the middle this time and gets a couple yards. Breckenridge getting their second defensive unit some work. Getting them some action. I think the only starter they still got out there is Lawson Oliphant. Looks like he might have wore himself out running down that QB to stop the score. Actually, I see some other starters out there. Apologies. See Alan Martinez and Tom Kautz are still out there. Cowboys trying to hold Pillager at 39, and nice tackle on the backfield there. Gotta check that number. Brain Barrett carrying it, and making the tackle was Kai McDonald. I believe he's a hockey player as well. Or are you talking about Trey Vogelbacher being a hockey player? Fun fact, Kai was a name that I was floating for my son. And we went with Kylan instead, so we can still call him Kai. So, shout out Kai McDonald. I like your name. And they fake the handoff. Triple option pitch out to the left side. And, I thought it was fumbled, actually. But they blew that one dead, which is crazy. I didn't hear the whistle, so I was like, is he about to just take off and run? And on that carry was Tyson Decker again. And that was on 4th down, so turnover on downs. Breckenridge will likely go with their second unit again. Actually, seeing a lot of starters running out here. Going to see what points they can try to get some momentum going into next week. They got 4:34 left here to get some points. I'd like to get Vogelbacher as many reps at QB as you can get, if he is going to be at QB. Because I see Riley Kappas out there now. We'll see. This is the third quarterback of the day for the Cowboys. And if he throws a pass, it'll be the fourth guy to throw a pass in the game, too, because Armitage got to throw a pass over to Bailey Evans. Play he got hurt on. Kappas running off left side. He's got a lot of room to run. He's actually going to burst free. Riley Kappas going to try to take this one all the way on the first play of the drive. First play for him running all year. We'll see how close he's going to get to the goal line. That could have been a 90-yard TD.
Number 1 on the carry, Riley Capes. All the way down to the 1-yard line.
89-yard rush for Kappas. Oh, my goodness. And I get a lot of names wrong, so I'm not going to give the announcer too much grief, but I think it's really fitting that he called him Riley Capes. It's like he just put on his cape and just broke off an 89-yard run. Not too shabby. And I want to say that's his first varsity carry as well, but I could be wrong. I assume so. Talk about a way to make an impact. They need one more yard. They don't go with him here, I'm going to be furious. Kappas at QB. He's going to go off tackle and dives into the end zone. Had a guy go under him. Kappas dives in for the 1-yard TD. Love to see it. 1-yard touchdown for Riley Kappas. Only a freshman, 5'10", 175-pound freshman. So remember that name. We're down the road here. And get some style points from me on that TD run, by the way. 3:43 left. So after the 1-yard Kappas TD, He's now my favorite Kappas to ever play quarterback for Breckenridge. Spread the word. Hand off to Lawson Oliphant, who is going to go in for the 2-point conversion. So we got a 39-15 score here in the fourth quarter. Take a quick break and come back with 3:43 left in this ball game. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
The 2023 harvest season is here, and Titan Machinery Wapaton has you covered with the equipment and product support you need to help you be more productive during the entire harvest season. We are your local Case IH farm equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Our goal is maximizing your productivity by providing you the best equipment solutions and after-sales support in the industry. Find out more by visiting our website at www.titanmachinery.com. That's Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
And welcome back to Pillager. Breckenridge, a 39-15 deficit. 3:43 to overcome it, so get your miracle hats on. Riley Kappas with a big couple plays. Comes in for a series. The freshman busts off an 89-yard run on a designed QB run. Then the next play goes in for a touchdown. Dives into the end zone with a defender going low on him. And now the Cowboys kickoff team is trying to make a play. Trey Vogelbacher on the stop. Let's see who else is in on that. Albertson. Caleb Albertson. And now we got a flag. And if you didn't know, the penalties are brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Let's see what it is. Thought it was a tripping call right away, but it was just the official kicking the flag. Oh. Huskies getting unsportsmanlike. We've seen a couple of those today. That'll back them up. Pillager will start off on the 20. Breckenridge definitely wants to end on a good note. Say we got that TD on the board. Now let's keep them off the board the rest of this one. With the second string players in the game. Actually, I think we went deeper than the second string as that snap was a little low. And guess who's on that tackle? Riley Kappas in on that one. Getting in on the fun, as is Cooper Roberts. Tom Couts as well, I believe. They're finally going to get him out of the game. Bringing in number 59 for the Cowboys. And that is Landon Schillinger. Some other Cowboys shout out really quick. Tucker Snyder in the game. Kai McDonald already showed him some love. Give you some more after this play. And a little bit of a miscue on the handoff. Ball might have actually come out. And Cowboys recovered it. There you go, Kai McDonald right on cue. Diving on the fumble. Fourth turnover of the day, forced by the Cowboy defense, or third. Picked off a pass, and then they also recovered a pair of fumbles. So Cowboys could even cut in this lead some more. They got 2:49 to get 24 yards into the end zone. And we'll see what they do with it. See, Pillager still got a ton of the starters out here. I don't know if they brought them back in or if they never took them out on defense, but Riley Kappas is back in the backfield, along with Lawson Oliphant. To his left, Kappas going to hand it off to Oliphant. Let's see what he gets for yards. And he's going to be someone else is banged up on this one. Looks like that is, I want to say it's Teagan Abel, but yeah, I think it is. 1 yard gain for Oliphant. 39-15 Pillager lead here. 2:12 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Kappas, one running back to each side, and Cowboys going to have to burn a timeout. Play clock was winding down. This timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. We'll take a quick timeout with him. Also pause for a quick station ID. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
B92.7 is KBMW FM Breckenridge Wahpeton, powered by Vision Ford. DriveWithVision.com.
Actually, looks like they're just doing the timeout just to kind of make sure they don't get a penalty, but they're not going to actually take any of the time out. So thank you for Heitkamp Construction for the quick timeout break. Kappas running to the left. He's going to get run down from behind and actually sheds one tackle and gets hit by a couple other Huskies. Kappas gets a couple yards. 2-yard gain for the freshman QB.
Once again, next week, homecoming week for the Huskies.
I mean, he's flirting with a 100-yard game now. He's got 92 yards on 3 carries. He might be kicking himself a little bit there for hurting the yards per carry average there, but I mean, just get another few yards, you're at 100. Not on this play, though. Oliphant making a nice cut after getting the handoff. We'll see how close he is to a first. And let's see where they... Oh, we got another flag on the field. This penalty, once again, brought to you by our local State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. Shout out Amanda in Breckenridge, and shout out Matt in Wahpeton. I'm told we got a chop block. One of the backups saying, no one told me that was illegal. That would have been my excuse. So Breckenridge will get backed up. Sets up third and extremely long. They're going to call it 22. Good for the scoreboard operator being able to track that down right away. 3rd and 22 from the Pillager 36. Cowboys trailing 39-15. 1 minute to go on the dot. If you didn't believe me, the announcer just announced it. Kappas rolls out to the right. Gets a nice little lane to run through. See how many yards he ends up getting. We'll give him about 2 yards. So still hasn't hit 100. But he's not very far off. Just needs 6 more yards. Someone tell Coach Yagi. Get capped 6 more yards, and he's got 100 on the day. And then the radio guy can justify having him as the player of the game. Despite all the yards coming in at the end of the game when it was already kind of out of reach. But 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like they are just going to let it wind down. So 39-15, Pillager sending Breckenridge home with the loss. Take a quick break and give me a little time to add up some stats here. Once again, unofficial stats. Then we'll jump into the post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty in Breckenridge. Final score, Pillager 39, Breckenridge 15. All right, now we're all good to go. Once again, final score, Pillager coming up with a win in this one, getting their first W of the season, 39. Breckenridge falling to 0-3, 15. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Want a bigger home, or is it time to downsize? Now is the time to own your dream home. What's really important is finding a home that's right for you. No one has more experience and expertise than Action Realty in Wahpeton. They are your hometown real estate agency, serving the Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding areas with 5 available agents that are ready to work for you. Whether you're buying or selling, call Action Realty today at 642-4700. And make sure to listen to the Action Crew talk real estate on KBMW every Tuesday morning around 9 a.m.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is students, as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Ever notice how people in the Midwest always want the opposite of what the weather is doing? When it's warm outside, you want it cold inside. And when it is cold outside, you want it warm. Thanks to Acclimated Entry System from Bayer Build Woodworks and Builder's First Source, you can have exactly what you want. Hundreds of styles, all designed for the Midwest. Acclimated Entry Systems from Bayer Build Woodworks are the quality performance doors you need with the beauty and protection you want. Builder's First Source is your source for acclimated entry systems and all your building needs.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
It only takes one step, twist, or crunch to know something doesn't feel right. Essentia Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team gets you back to doing what you love with commitment, resilience, intention. We're here to keep you moving forward. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more about orthopedics and sports medicine, like nowhere else.
Welcome to the Miller Realty postgame show here on B92.7 FM, also live streaming on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel. I'll run through the scoring and let you know how we got through this 39-15 final score with Pillager coming away with the victory. Started off with a 23-yard run on the first play of the game, or first play of offense from Pillager, I should say. Christian Hoagie, 23-yard touchdown, and then a two-point conversion was stuffed, making it a 6-0 game. And then a 13-yard scoring hookup from Bailey Evans to Cooper Roberts makes it a 7-6 game after the extra point by Evans was good. It was all Pillager the second quarter, a 30-yard run and a 25-yard run to open up the scoring for the second quarter by Hoagie. He had 3 TDs all coming in a row. Then a 42-yard run by Hoagland for a touchdown, and then a 13-yard run by Elijah Miller for the final touchdown of the second quarter, making it 33-7 heading into halftime. Third quarter, 10-yard touchdown by Hoagland, his second TD of the day with 8:21 remaining. And then the two-point conversion was no good, making it 39-7. And then after a big run from Riley Kappas, a 1-yard TD from Kappas on the next play with 3:43 remaining in the fourth quarter was Breckenridge's final points. And then they got the two-point conversion as well. And that was Lawson Oliphant running that one in for his first points of the season on the two-point conversion. And, like I said, that was the scoring. Now time to run through these stats. 7 for 14 through the air, 66 yards, 3 interceptions from Bailey Evans. Evans on the ground also had 4 carries for 11 yards and had a 22-yard carry, but also lost a lot of yards on a sack that he took. And lost a fumble as well. Also had a 13-yard catch. Got to throw that in there. And then he also had a strip and a fumble recovery on defense. So he did have those turnovers, but at least he got one of those back on the defensive side of the ball. Breckenridge actually was in on 3 turnovers for their defense. It was that one. And then Kai McDonald recovered a fumble in the late minutes of the game. And then Lawson Alphen had a pick off of a tip ball earlier in the game. So they had those 3 turnovers, but obviously also had a lot of turnovers on their end as well. 4 for sure. I'm trying to remember if they had a 5th one later on. 4 for sure, all in the first half, and then they might have had one in the second half. I don't think they did, but anyways, Troy Vogelbacher was the QB for the second half, 2 for 3 for 22 yards. And then he also ran the ball 7 times for 34 yards. Kind of be bouncing all over the place with these rushing leaders, by the way. Got to go back to Riley Kappas. Had that 89-yard run to set up his touchdown. So he had 4 carries for 94 yards. Not too bad of a day from the freshman. 13 carries for 24 yards from Paul Armitage. 10 carries for 36 yards for David Erlinson. Then hauling in some grabs. We got 4 catches from Cooper Roberts for 32 yards. And then 26 yards through the air from Paul Armitage, reeling in a couple of catches. 20 yards from Dawson Weinbar and his 2 catches. 13 from Evans, as I mentioned earlier, when he hauled in that screen, which he ended up getting hurt on. And then Jacob Kunkel had a 10-yard grab as well. So 5 different Cowboys catching passes tonight. And boy, we cannot understate how much of a huge loss it is for Bailey Evans to be out in this game. And Evans ended up having to get rushed to the ER, so hopefully all is well with him. I don't think I'm allowed to say what what I'm told the injuries are, but you're just we're going to have it in the injury report if it ends up carrying over to next week. Even if he's playing next week, I'll still give you a rundown of that on the injury report when we do the pregame show. So take a quick break after we ran through all those statistics for you. Once again, Breckenridge falling in this one to Pillager 39-15 on the road. Take a quick break and come back with your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, as well as your player of the game, brought to you by Essential Health. You're listening to the Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Assisted living. My wife and I knew this day was coming, the day that mom and dad would not be able to live on their own anymore. Looked around at other assisted living communities, and nothing, I mean nothing, compared to Twin Town Villa. Everything at Twin Town Villa was a perfect fit for mom and dad's needs. Housing, support services, personal assistance, and healthcare, all under one roof. When I saw the interaction between residents and staff, it made me feel like this is the place where our parents can thrive. Twin Town Villa, close to home in Breckenridge. Call 643-9542 or visit twintownvilla.com. It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
And welcome back to the Miller Realty postgame show here on B92.7 FM and live streaming on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live. And I got to obviously start off with the play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And for the play of the game today, I'm going to go with, it was actually a pair of plays back-to-back. I know it was in kind of the closing minutes when the game was out of reach, but shout out Riley Kappas making his impact felt. Boy, that was a lot of fun to see him bust off that 89-yard run, and I think his touchdown might have been just as fun. So I'm going to say it's like a tie between those two plays. He had the 89-yard run. That was obviously awesome. And then the 1-yard TD where he ended up diving into the end zone for some style points, as I said earlier. So shout out to Riley Kappas in that game. That's why he gets my play of the game. Brought to you by Red River Agency. Once again, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. Now for your player of the game, brought to you by Essential Health, here with you. And you know what? This is kind of a tricky one, but they only had the one touchdown before they brought in the subs, and that was hauled in by Cooper Roberts, who also had 3 other catches and did a nice job punting as well. Also, I also give him some kudos when he was on the kick return team as well. I remember earlier making sure to haul in one of those returns and not fumble it away. So Cooper Roberts, in a day where Breckenridge struggled, he came and did his best, and like I said, made his impact felt in the passing game. And also hauled in a touchdown from 13 yards out. His second week in a row with a touchdown and his first receiving touchdown of his career. So, shout out, or big congratulations, Cooper Roberts, on your first receiving touchdown. Looking forward to seeing some more. And that will do it, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in. That is your Player of the Game brought to you by Essentia Health. We'll be getting him a shirt. And once again, the final score here as we run through the Miller Realty post-game show, 39-15, Pillager coming away with the victory to get their first win of the season. Breckenridge falling to 0-3, and we'll be back on the airwaves again next week as the Cowboys, my apologies, I didn't have I ended up closing a schedule. I'll double check if I still got that one to make sure we can double check who they got next week. Breckenridge moves on to face suspenseful Pine River Bacchus. Pine River Bacchus, they'll be at home. 7 p.m. game next week, so make sure to tune in for that one. We'll be on the broadcast, obviously, and live streaming it as well. And it'll be fun to be back at Cowboy Field as Breckenridge definitely needs a bounce back after this one. Cowboys falling to 0-3, 39-15, final score in Pillager. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.